Hello, everyone. This is Alvaro Cortez Jr., aka Lance Danger, and yes, my friends, I am back. Thank you so much for your patience. As you may know, the ending of 2023 was a bit hectic. A lot of things were happening behind the scenes. A lot of health stuff was happening as well. As you may notice, I'm moving a lot of stuff around as well. So it's just been incredibly busy. And I would like to continue where we left off last time from the Deviant Art account that we were going to do like just retrospective because I was considering shutting it down because Deviant Art at first didn't give you the option to opt out from, you know, them using your artwork for AI purposes to feed to the machine. And I don't have any big or controversial opinions really about AI art, but I do like to have that option of, opting out if I don't feel comfortable getting my stuff fed to an algorithm so that, the software can learn or whatnot off of my artwork. So I didn't like it. A lot of artists didn't like it. So yeah, I really was going to shut it down. But now, after so many people complained, they put it as a default that you are opted out and you can opt in if you want to. So that's a good move. I believe it probably saved them a lot of headaches of people like leaving Deviant Art and whatnot. I've been on DeviantArt for like 20 years now. I think actually, just about, or probably this year. I'll find out soon enough. But I believe this is part four. Let me double check. Yeah, this is my DeviantArt Retrospective 2004 part four. Without further ado, we last left off with Matrix Man, and I went into the whole CF comic stuff. Let me go ahead and make this one bigger. Here we go. So there he is, Matrix Man in all his glory. If you want to listen to that story, you can definitely go back to the previous video. There should be a card at the beginning of this video to linking directly to the previous video. If not, it's going to be on a playlist also for your entertainment, of course. Let me just go ahead and get to this page here. You already know the story. Moving on, and we are in May 11, 2004, the same day as Matrix Man, actually, May 11, because the previous month there wasn't really much that I had uploaded, and it just randomly skipped all the way here. I don't know exactly what happened during that time. That was 2004. So yeah, and this is probably the 20th year then on Deviant Art. But I digress. It skipped to May, and I went into Matrix Man since it would have been a even shorter video if I had not talked about this a particular piece. And on that same day, I uploaded this artwork. Let me make this artwork a little bigger here. And it is one of the rare times I actually draw a person. This is a sketch of one of my favorite Puerto Rican singers at the time named Mili Corretel. She used to sing mostly ballads and soft pop, really. And she had a pretty good career. At one point, she actually married legendary boxer Oscar de la Hoya. Um, I was just drawn to her voice. Her voice really inspired me to do a lot of artwork. Obviously, I ended up sketching her, which is a rarity for me to sketch an actual person. So I just thought it would be kind of fun to sketch her. In the background, it's actually a bigger portrait of her as well, but I didn't like how the face came out that much, especially compared to how the face came out on this smaller version. As you can probably tell, I probably used to put more detail into my sketches before. I'm probably going to do some of that again now. Kind of go back and forth between doing what some people call a shit book, which is basically just kind of dump all of your scribbles and warm-ups and essentially a sketchbook that you're not really going to show to anybody, so you're not really going to have that pressure, unnecessary pressure of kind of having pretty art there for people to look at. So that was May 11th. So that was Matrix Man and Miliko had being uploaded. This sketch actually was a few years older than the Matrix Man sketch. I had done the Miliko head sketch in college, actually, as a freshman, probably even before that. I was probably a senior in high school when I did this sketch, actually. And Matrix Man was, of course, much more recent at that time. So it's kind of interesting to kind of see the dynamic of how the line quality was in that era during high school and freshman year of college compared to like maybe 5 years removed after that. A lot of stuff happened. We'll just leave it. That's a topic for another video. Moving on. This is also May 11th. I uploaded what was my background image on my laptop back then. Another Rurouni Kenshin image, of course. This one is more in tune with the ovas of Trust and Betrayal, which recounted the origin of Kenshin's X-shaped scar, of course. Um, Tremendous adaptation. I don't know if you've checked it out. If after the anime ended, it didn't adapt the final, well, then final storyline of the a manga, which many people considered one of the best storylines, the Jinchu arc or the Revenge arc, which is where Tomoe's brother, and his merry group launches an attack on Kenshin and friends to avenge his sister Tomoe. So Trust and Betrayal pretty much adapts. That's one specific part of the Jinchu arc, which is where he tells everyone um, at the Kamiya dojo how he got the scar. So basically, in the manga, this was just a flashback of Kenshin narrating what happened, and OVA basically animated just that specific segment of the storyline and made it like as it was happening, as it was unfolding. Not really a flashback, but the events happening in real time. It was a gorgeous animation for that OVA. If you haven't seen Samurai X Trust and Betrayal, I suggest that you do. Though I understand if you wouldn't want to. Again, that would be another topic for a whole other, much more darker video. And there's another background that was in May 16th. So I guess, yeah, I had accidentally changed the wallpaper, I guess, for some reason, and then I changed it to that one. Let's see, this one is all right. So it skipped all the way to June 8th. So let me just go ahead and talk a little bit about this illustration, because as you can see, this is Warlord right now here. Let me make this bigger. There we go. So here we have Warlord and a character that I have mentioned before, called the Whip, created by, I believe one of the creators is Jeff Cook. May he rest in peace. He was a frequent collaborator also in CF Comics, the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation funded zines, mini comics, what have you. And we had a friendship that lasted, throughout the years on and off. Um, there would be lapses of time where he wouldn't really talk with me, which was fine. I never took it personally. He would always eventually start slowly talking to me again. Things that really don't have to do with any of the art and whatnot. And I like drawing this character, the Whip. So I just did, like, just for fun, a pinup of course, my baby Fred Pearson, the Mighty Warlord, with the Whip. The thing is that I experimented with this one, if I recall. And let me see if it says so here as well. Um, Not really, but judging by the line work, the ink work, I pretty much remember it pretty clearly. This is actually one of the first illustrations that I inked with a brush. Actually, I very rarely back then inked with a brush, and it was only until maybe 5 or so years ago. Actually, it's a little bit more now, when I went back to school going to SVA, where I learned how to properly ink with a brush. Um, I was experimenting inking with a brush. It wasn't even like a traditional ink brush like comic book creators use. It was kind of like one of those watercolor brushes that you buy at the dollar store or something like that. And I was just experimenting with that since I had read so much about inking traditionally with a brush. So essentially, what I did was that I inked traditionally the two characters and filled in the blacks with the brush, and the background and details I filled it in with a technical pen. It was a lot of fun to do this one, I have to admit. Looking at it now, I kind of feel like actually redoing this one, because there's actually a lot of elements I kind of like about this piece, even though I usually hate my own artwork, and obviously there's a ton of flaws in this one. There's also a lot of things that I kind of like about this one, especially composition wise. And those were fun times when the whole cystic fibrosis foundation gag was kind of still together and talking. Unfortunately, a few of them have passed on. And luckily enough, I'm still in contact with a few here and there. So, it's good to, like, reminisce about this, I guess. You have to appreciate the moments, man, especially the little moments, because you never know when they're going to be gone. Wow. That was a lot of fun doing this. It's actually kind of fun, kind of cathartic to just go through all of this, truth be told. So there's like 20 years worth of stuff to go through. At least I'm not as harsh on myself as I used to be. I'm still pretty harsh on myself, of course, but nowhere near how I used to be, where it was almost crippling how I would treat myself. Well, anyway, I think I'm going to cut this video here. Actually, at the end of this video, I'm going to also just pretty much add on the a promo for the Fred Peterson, the Mighty Warlord Truthful Comics Edition prologue, which is the remaster of the original prologue of Fred Peterson, the Mighty Warlord, that I'm doing not out of vanity, but out of necessity, because, as I've stated before, the original files were destroyed, and I decided to print everything from my webcomic to at least have a physical version as well. And because a lot of people have asked for a physical version, but I respect people enough to not take the lower resolution web friendly images and just kind of blow it up and present it as a printed physical comic, because it's going to be all blurry, all pixelated. It's not going to look great And on top of that, the artwork isn't that great to begin with. And if it's not gonna be that great to begin with, and on top of that, you're gonna give them blurry bad art, I would much rather hide my head in the sand like an ostrich for at least 5 years or something, man. The public deserves something better like that. If somebody actually asks to buy something, to actually spend their money on something in this economy, I better make sure that it's something that's worth that money. At least to me, I want to feel like it's something that's going to be a worthwhile experience for that reader. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the trailer if you haven't seen it already. Please do like, comment, and subscribe. Yes, I'm doing the whole YouTube thing. Um, YouTube castigated me for uploading too many lives in a row and not uploading actual pre-recorded videos. And for some reason, when that happens, the sub count starts going down pretty drastically. I don't know how that works. And I don't think I ever will. Nobody ever will probably know properly how that works, but that's how the cookie crumbles. So if you wish, give a like, have a comment. You can even share if you think this is a good enough video that offers some kind of insight or value for your entertainment. Or if you have your own Deviant Art account as well and you want to share it, you can definitely share that as well. And hopefully, maybe this will inspire you to do a retrospection video of your own work. And if you do, please link that video to me as well, because I would love to see that as well. Well, thank you all so much for watching, and catch you all next time, hopefully.